Hello guys, this is Dayo again with another video. Welcome to Infinix Painter sketching tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to import your photos, how to sketch them and how to export them on Infinix Painter. I'm also going to teach you two ways on how to sketch your images. So the first thing you're going to be doing is importing the image that you want to sketch from your memory. Then after you tap on it, it's going to show an option like this. It's going to show you options like this, either to choose pixels or whatever option that you prefer, but I'm going for pixels. So I'm going to use pixels. Then I'm going to use the default dimension and everything. I'm not going to be changing anything over here. So but if you feel like changing whatever value of figures or whatever settings that you feel like is not right, you can change it. And again, you can change the video quality for the screen recording. So yeah, just tap on create, then it's going to automatically import your image. So after you've imported your image, then you can tap on the this place to see your layer, and you can also tap on the plus sign to add a new layer. So after you add a new layer, you're going to be selecting a brush for your sketch. But before you select a brush, tap on the image layer, then you reduce, tap on the image layer, then you reduce the reference opacity. Reduce the reference opacity to a suitable opacity that you feel like you like. And then after reducing the opacity, then you select the pencil that you want to use for the sketch. So we are presently going to be tracing this photo, so just in case you are a beginner, this is a beginner friendly tutorial. This is not for experts or professionals. You can follow along and learn. So go to your pen section, pen category, then you scroll down and select tapered ink. So when you select the tapered inker, then I think this is the best, one of the best um, pen we can use for our sketch. So I feel like among all these brushes, this is the brush that is going to give me what I want. So I'm going to be reducing the size to probably 40 or 35. It's just depending on how you want your sketch to be. And again, you need to keep in mind the line width. I've already made a video on what line width is, and yes, so do well to check my video on line width. So select a black color. Then after selecting a black color, make sure you zoom in the image well for you to actually be able to trace properly. So since we are using an Android phone, we are not using an iPad, we are not using a tablet, we are not using a big device. I'm presently sketching this on my mobile phone, on my Android phone. So I would recommend you to zoom it properly before you sketch, so that the lines are going to be straight. So make sure you are sketching this reference, we are tracing this reference on a new layer. Make sure you are not tracing it directly on the reference layer. Make sure you have created a new layer separately for the sketching. So we are starting off with sketching the eyes. You can actually choose to sketch the ears or nose or the body first before any other parts, but I just feel like starting with the eye makes sense. So I'm going to be starting with the eye. So make sure your brush is set and it has a faded end, so as to make the sketch to pop out and make it look really nice. So yeah, make sure you're sketching this reference on a new layer, make sure you are not sketching it directly on your reference layer, just in case. Make sure you keep checking the layer while you're sketching, so as not to get mixed up, get the sketch and the reference at the same time mixed up. So yeah, just make sure you separate the sketching layer from the reference layer. So if you want to use your eraser, you need to select a brush that can serve as an eraser. For those people that are Procreate users, this shouldn't be a new thing to you, because you can actually use whatever brush you prefer for as an eraser. So this is practically what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be selecting a brush that will serve as an eraser. I think you can practically do it on any drawing software. So yeah, just select a brush that can serve as your eraser, then clean up the mistakes. Just make sure you keep on checking your reference layer while sketching. Make sure you keep on checking it, and again make sure it correlates with the reference. Don't sketch it differently from the reference. Make sure if you are sketching the eyelashes, make sure the eyelash, unless you're going to be stylizing, but if you're going to be following the exact reference, make sure you copy the same thing that you see on the reference. It's very important. So you can add more thickness to the brush to make the upper eyelash thicker. So when you increase the brush size, it makes the upper eyelash thicker. So yeah. 2. You are going to be selecting the path tool at the top right corner. After selecting the path tool, you are going to be tabbing on the So in the beginning of the video, I said I'm going to be showing you two ways on or two methods on how to sketch your references. So you're going to be selecting the parts on the reference, the edges that you want to sketch. Just tap on it. It's going to point them there. It's going to point them and it's going to connect them all through. So this is just how it works. Just make sure you just tap it, then you connect them. Then there is a tick option. So you just tap on the tick option, then it's done. That's how simple it is. That's how simple you can use it to sketch. And you can click on this cancel or the times or the X option or the X icon to cancel the sketch using the path tool. So you can click on the tick icon to confirm the sketch or to apply the sketch, and then the X option or the icon to remove the sketch. So this is an easier way to apply paths using this app. So this is an easier way for those people struggling with sketching with their thumb. I would advise you to use the paths tool for this sketching. So you can practically do the whole of the sketch of this entire reference with this path tool. So we are done with the sketch. The next thing we're going to be doing is filling up the sketch, the hair, and filling up the eyeballs. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be creating a new layer. Then we are going to be selecting a fill tool. We are going to be selecting a fill tool. Then make sure the sketches are all connected to each other. Make sure there's no space, there's no gaps in between the sketches, so that it can seamlessly fill up whatever place you want to fill up with your solid color. So go to the new layer that you've created, then you click on the top right corner and tab on the fill bucket tool. So when it shows you that it has filled the entire canvas, it means you haven't tapped on this icon. So make sure you tapped on this icon so that it will only it can be able to detect a particular segment of the photo or the sketch. So when it's still giving you when it's still filling almost the entire image, make sure you go through your sketch and check whether there are spaces or there are gaps on your sketch before filling it up. So as you can see, there are gaps on the hair on the sketch. So make sure you fill up the gaps, then you try filling up the hair once more. So let's try using the fill tool once more and see whether it's going to fill. So just tap on the fill tool. Make sure you are on a new layer. You can see how it has automatically filled the hair, so that you can also fill the eyeball. When you feel like it's still filling the entire face, you can still resketch the eyeball, then fill it. So just select your pen and resketch the eyeball before you tap on it to fill. So this is practically how to fill up a particular segment of your sketch. So the next thing we are going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to export this particular sketch. But before we do that, I'm going to be showing you how to add highlights to the eyeball. So create a new layer. After filling up the eyeballs, you are going to create a new layer for the highlights. That's the whitish eye highlights on the iris, on the eyeball. Make sure you've selected a white color, then you select your pen brush, then you cycle the aspect that contains the whitish highlights. Make sure your solid black color layer has a low opacity. Make sure you reduce the opacity so that you can see the highlights area. Then you apply the whitish color. Make sure you are doing this on a new layer, and make sure it's at the top of your solid color layer. Your fill the black color you just filled. So the highlight should be on a separate layer. The solid colors, flat colors should be on a separate layer, and the sketch should be on a separate layer, so that you can easily change or correct whatever thing that you want to correct. Then you go back to the solid fill layer, the one at the center, the one that contains the solid fill color, and you increase the opacity back so as to see the already completed sketch. So the next thing we are going to be doing is how to export. Then you click on export. Before then, you can actually export or view your playback video. That's the beauty of this application. It allows you to record on real time. Like in real time, you can, for those that are conversant with Procreate, it works like Procreate. You can actually export your videos, recorded videos of the entire process of your sketching. So you can tap on the export option to export. Select a preferred name. You can change the project name to a preferred name that you like. Then after changing it, you can also change the file type. You can change it to either PNG, JPEG, or whatever file type you want, whatever file format you want. You can save it as PSD, you can save it as Infinix Painter project file, whatever thing that you feel like. Yes, then you click on export. So it's going to automatically export the photo to your gallery. So that's all for this tutorials, guys. If this video was helpful, do well to subscribe and give it a like, and also do let me know in the comment section if you're a new subscriber. I'm going to give you a shout out. And again, I'll see you next time. Peace.